entering Nepal from Roxol Pass in India, avoiding scorching hot to a relaxing cool, is Makawanpur district of Bagmati province. After moving 50 km north from Roxol, the Nepal-India border, you will reach the green city of Hetauda of Makawanpur, where you can view the historical and religious places. Before the construction of Tribhuvan Rajpath in 1927, a 39-km train was running from Roxol in India to Amlekhganj in Nepal. From there, small vehicles ran through Hetauda to Vimphedi. People used to go to Kathmandu from Vimphedi on foot or on horseback. During the construction of Amlekhganj and Vimphedi roads, a tunnel was built on Suryamai Hills almost a century ago. The design of the tunnel was made by the first engineer of Nepal, Colonel Dillijung Thapa of the Nepalese Army in 1917. This tunnel is the first man-made tunnel in South Asia. After crossing the half-kilometer-long tunnel, Hetauda, the capital of Bagmati province, is reached. The city is one of the cleanest cities in Nepal. According to myths, Bhima, one of the 5 Pandavas, married Hidimba during the exile of the 5 Pandavas during the Mahabharata period. It is believed that the name Hetauda came from Hidimba, as the residence of Hidimba was in this area. Hidimba is also known as Bhutan-Devi. Just like the name of Patna in India is associated with Patna Devi Ma Patneshwari, in Nepal, the name of Hetauda is associated with Bhutan-Devi. It has been believed that Hetauda is protected by Bhutan-Devi. Considered to be one of the famous Shaktipeeths of Nepal, there is a daily worship service here as well as the great Hindu festival of Badadasi and Vishasai Puja. Believing that their wishes will be fulfilled, devotees make vows to Bhutan-Devi. This temple, which is believed to have been built by the same king of Makawanpur in the Middle Ages, had centuries-old bells. This temple was renovated in 1971. Idols of Lord Ganesha, Lakshmi Narayan, Radha Krishna can be seen in the temple premises. From the major bus station of Hetauda, one can reach Bhutan-Devi temple by a 15 minutes walk. There are famous temples, shrines, monasteries, parks, monuments, etc. to visit in Hetauda area. Harnamadi Sculpture Garden, 17 km east of Hetauda, is very famous. This is the first sculpture park in Nepal. The park was established in the year 2006 by constructing 23 stone sculptures in a 2,500 square meters area of the hill spread over an area of about 6 hectares. In the garden, you can see the art of Nepali artists as well as international sculptures from India, China, South Korea, France, Japan, etc. A 25 feet tall Buddha statue adds beauty to the place. These statues are attracting many domestic and Indian tourists. Pretty gardens and forest picnic areas have also been built for tourists. Returning from Harnamadi Sculpture Park and taking the way towards Kanti Rajpath, one reaches Makawanpur Gadi Fort. It is one of over 200 forts across Nepal. To reach this fort, which is one of the best tourist destinations in Nepal, you have to cover a distance of 16 kilometers from Hetauda. Makawanpur Gadi was the capital of Makawanpur, which was an independent state in the history. This fort is believed to have been built by Tula Sen in the 11th century. In 1553, King Lohang Sen made this fort the capital of Makawanpur and ruled for 209 years through 7 generations of Sen dynasty kings. There are 3 sections here: the Big Fort, the Small Fort, and the Stone Fort. The Gorkhali army attacked Makawanpur Gadi Fort on 21 August 1762. As per the need for unification of Makawanpur before conquering Kathmandu Valley during the unification campaign of Nepal, King Mir Qasim of Bengal sent a force of 2,500 Mughal troops under the leadership of Gurgin Khan to help King Digvandan Sen of Makawanpur, who was defeated in the attack. But that force was also defeated by the Gorkhali army. In the battle, on January 20, 1763, about 1,700 people were killed on the side of the Mughal army and 30 on the side of the Gorkhali army, while the Gorkha army captured about 500 guns and 2 cannons. Makawanpur Gadi, which was turning into ruins due to lack of proper maintenance, has been renovated and made neat and beautiful. At an altitude of 1,017 meters above sea level, one can see from this area to Roxol in India. Hundreds of domestic and foreign tourists come here every day. Shahid Smarak area is the place where many people visit when they reach Hetauda or plan to visit Hetauda. Tourists flock to this monument every day. Located at a distance of 4.5 km from Hetauda bus station, more than 500,000 local and foreign tourists visit this area every year. The main attraction of the Martyrs Park is the monument with the statue of 12 martyrs in one stone. Prithvi Shrestha, Govinda Chaudhary and Kamlesh Maharjan spent 11 months to carve the statue out of a huge stone weighing about 25 tons. The pillar, installed on 31 January 1995, also features abstract figures of a woman and a man as representatives of the known and unknown martyrs. There are Madan Smarak, Thaha Pillar, Manmohan Batika, as well as attractive gardens, Arc Bridge, Friendship Park, Carry, Suspension Bridge, Waterfall Park, Swimming Pool, Child-friendly amusement park, etc. Similarly, 65 feet high and 19 meters wide Shahid Pillar, Silver Jubilee Pillar, Dharahara Park, Picnic Ground, Nursery Greenhouse, Rest Area, Park with Fountain, Residential Seminar Hall, Vivaha Mandap for religious rituals and marriage ceremonies have been prepared. There is also a mini zoo inside the monument. After the trip to Hetauda, one can plan a trip to Pashupatinath in Kathmandu, passing through Tribhuvan Rajpath and visiting the famous religious and historical places around. After leaving Hetauda and proceeding towards Tribhuvan Highway, by road for 13 km, one reaches the famous pilgrimage site of Trikhandi. At an altitude of 600 meters above sea level in Trikhandi area, there are Mahadev Temple, Vaise Waterfall, Entertainment Park, Sivling, and other structures on the banks of Rapti River. Located in Vimpedi rural municipality of Makawanpur district, most of the tourists from Bara, Parsa, Rohtak and Bihar regions of India arrive here in addition to the locals. Thousands of tourists flock to this crowded area on Saturdays and holidays. In the 19th century, during the construction of the road, a black stone rose up and obstructed the construction. It is believed that the stone was considered a Sivalinga, and after it was installed on the bank of the river with Rudravishek ritually, the obstacle was removed and regular worship of the Sivalinga started. It is believed that the temple was built here in 1910. A big fair is held in the temple on the day of Hari Bodhini Ekadashi. Famous Hindu saint Pilot Baba has performed meditation practice in this temple. It is one of his favorite places. Tribhuvan Highway is one of the most connected routes on the journey from Roxol to Pashupatinath. This highway was built in the 1950s with the financial and technical support from the Government of India. After the declaration of democracy in Nepal on February 18, 1951, Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru visited Nepal on June 16, 1951, as the first visit of a foreign diplomat. At the time of that visit, after King Tribhuvan informed about the inconvenience of road transport in the country, the Government of India started the process of cooperation for the construction. It was not easy at that time to build a road from Vaise Dovan area, which is 700 meters above sea level, to the capital city of Kathmandu via Simbhanjang, the highest point of Makawanpur district, which is located at an altitude of 2584 meters. This is the first highway of Nepal. Around 3,450 Nepalese and 500 Nepali soldiers worked with the Indian Army engineers. Many of them lost their lives during the construction of the road. From Vaise Dovan, you will reach Simbhanjang after a journey of about 35 km while enjoying the natural beauty on the Nepal's oldest Tribhuvan highway. Since it is cold throughout the year and even snows during winter, you should wear thick clothes when you visit this area. From Simbhanjang at an altitude of 2488 meters above sea level, one can reach Risheshwar, which is located on the north of the hill, by walking for about 1 kilometer. It is believed that King Prithvivir Vikram, the 7th Saha dynasty king of Nepal, was childless for a long time after his marriage and went to Risheshwar with the belief that he would get children if he visited Risheshwar, and then King Tribhuvan was born. Buddhists consider Risheshwar as the place where Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhav performed sadhana, while Hindus consider it as a sage's penance. Devotees take the water from the rocks in Risheshwar home as holy water. It has been believed by the Buddhist pilgrims that Padma, who is regarded as the second Buddha in the hilly and Himalayan region, extracted water from the rock by striking a vajra. It is believed that Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhav spent a long time practicing here to gain power when he went to preach Buddhism instead of Wanpo religion in Tibet. This area is considered as an open meditation center. A big fair is held in this area on Haribodhini Ekadasi and Phagu Purnima every year. After visiting Riseshwar, you will reach a captivating area, Daman. During the construction of Tribhuvan Highway, Indian engineers found this area very beautiful and sacred, so they named this beautiful place Daman. You can visit the natural beauty with Nepal's first view tower, temperate vegetation center, botanical garden, Nepal's longest iron ladder here. There is also a memorial pillar erected in memory of the members of the Indian Army engineer team who lost their lives between 1953 and 1956 during the construction of Tribhuvan Highway. The view tower here was designed and built with the participation of Indian engineers. With the help of the powerful binoculars in the tower, one can see the world's highest peak, Mount Everest, Makalu, Lhotse, Gaurisankar, Annapurna, Langtang, Ganesh, and dozens of snow peaks and snow ranges nearby. From this tower, one can view the beautiful Palung Valley with the world's only open-eyed Gorakhnath Baba temple, Pandukeshwar Mahadev temple, which is considered one of the 64 Jyotirlingas, and the Sankhamul, which is considered one of the 3 Khons routes in the world. From Daman Bazaar, you can see the evergreen forest of pine, rhododendron, pillar with potato and cauliflower, Thaha Park, the statue of Rup Chandra Bista, the founder of the Thaha movement, and the development house. It is believed that the Gopalis who entered Nepal from Dwarka region of India came to settle in this region via Kathmandu, Kirtipur, and Thankot. The houses here are mostly of the same type. Traditional dress Haku Patasi, 12-year-old dance, Kartik Bhajan, Dafa Bhajan, Hile Nach, Kumari Puja, Guti tradition, etc. are the cultural aspects of this region. There is a religious Shaktipeeth known as Vajravarahi Mai on the bank of Baisi River in Kunchal village. Varahi is believed to have originated from the power of Lord Vishnu's Varaha avatar. Vajravarahi Mai is also considered as Ajima Devi. It is believed that by worshipping Vajravarahi Mai and making a vow, one's wishes will be fulfilled. There is a special gathering of people who came to worship here on Saturdays. Vajravarahi Jatra is held every 3 years. 12-year dance, Banvara Puja, Chau Puja, Sacrificial Puja, Vaha Puja, etc. are the main worships of Vajrabarahi. The 12-year-old Devigan dance is also performed in Kathmandu. From Kunchal Vajrabarahi area, one can reach the historic Ashok Chaitya in about 5 km of the Kulekhani Marga and taking the left to Ganesh Mansingh Marga for another 6 km from the place called Naukhandi. It is believed that the Chaitya was built after Emperor Ashoka, who ruled the vast Indian subcontinent from 268 to 232 BC, came to Nepal to promote Buddhism. Emperor Ashoka came to Nepal to preach Buddhism from his capital Pataliputra, now Patna. His daughter Charumati, who came with him, had her made a Chaitya in Chitlang, near Kathmandu. Emperor Ashoka reached Kathmandu through this Chitlang route. There is a legend that Chitlang was named after this Chaitya. It is considered one of the 5 ancient Chaityas in Nepal. Charumati was married to Prince Devpal of Kathmandu. During the Rana reign, motor vehicles brought from India were brought to Kathmandu through this area. Since ancient times, Chitlang Pass was the main route of all Mahajans, pilgrims and traders going to Kathmandu. Before the construction of the Tribhuvan Highway, hundreds of Indian tourists used to pass through this route every day to visit Pashupatinath, the idol of Hindus. During the Mahashivratri festival, this route used to be crowded with devotees walking for Pashupatinath. When returning from Pashupatinath in Kathmandu, you can visit Indra Sarovar, Chisapani Gadhi, Vimpedi Elephant Shelter and arrive Hetauda. Leaving Tribhuvan Highway and Hetauda, one can reach Pashupati through Vimpedi Elephant Shelter, Chisapani Gadhi, Indra Sarovar and reach Chitlang. This is the shortest route to Pashupatinath. Hatisar, the elephant shelter, is located at Vimpedi, 8 km from Vainsedovan on Tribhuvan Highway towards Madan Bhandari Marga. This is the historical elephant shelter of Nepal. The British Queen Elizabeth II, who visited Nepal for the first time in 1961, rode the elephant here and went for hunting. Nepal's kings, ranas and high-ranking officers used to ride the elephants here and hunt in the forest of the central and western Tarai. After going uphill from Vimpedi on the Madan Bhandari way for 6 km, one reaches Chisapani Gadhi, the largest entrance to Kathmandu Valley through Roxol, Birgans, Hetauda, Vimpedi, Markhu, Chitlang before the construction of Tribhuvan Highway. This is the fort with the most historical materials among all the forts in Nepal. The fort was built in the year 1745 during the reign of Sain kings. After the annexation of Makawanpur by King Prithvinarayan Saha, important government bases such as customs, passport center and prison were established here. In order to prevent the infiltration of enemies into the country, one could enter Kathmandu only after obtaining a visa by the chief officer. The Black Cannon, Kali Top, here is considered one of the biggest cannons in the country. This cannon was kept for the security of the country during the Anglo-Nepal War from 1814 to 1816. This cannon is believed to have been used only once. Along with Kali Top, there are also other cannons here. There are also loaded guns and cannonballs. Along with the fort, there is a temple of Batuk Bhairav, one of the 12 Bhairavs. Women are not allowed to enter this temple because of the legend that they will die by vomiting blood. From Sisapani Fort, Marku was reached on foot or on horseback. Now, after using the road from Devrali Pass to the place called Heavy towards the northwest, you will reach Marku. In the year 1981, Indra Sarovar Lake was constructed by impounding an area of 7 kilometers in Marku area. A 114-meter high and 10-meter wide rock-filled dam has been constructed here to collect water. This lake is the only man-made lake in Nepal from which 60 megawatts of electricity is generated and distributed in winter. King Birendra named this artificial lake Indra Sarovar after his mother Indra Raja Lakshmi Devi. The crystal clear water flowing from the upper part of the lake is collected, so it attracts the hearts of the tourists. You can also enjoy boating here throughout the year. From Indra Sarovar Marku, you can reach Chitlang after proceeding 5 km by road. Ganesh Mansingh Marga is now open to reach Kathmandu from Chitlang. Kathmandu can be reached in an hour from Chitlang. A Krishna Ajurvedi Indian Brahmin priest, versed in all 3 mantras, resides at the Pasupatinath temple of Nepal in Kathmandu. In 1979, Pasupatinath was listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Pasupatinath is considered as one of the 275 holy places of Lord Shiva around the world. Famous people from India came to visit this pagoda-style Pasupatinath temple. Eventually, Nepal and India not only shared cultural and religious aspects, but mutual brotherhood and cooperation for centuries. Come, let's join hands to strengthen our relationship by observing the natural tourist places of Nepal.